What's happening? It's Bobby here from Bobby Johnson Fitness, and I'm back again with another video. I told you I'm going to be releasing a lot more content. Here we are, second video in the last few days. Today's video really is going to be about another really common question that I get asked in the gym on a daily basis, which is, how do I get a six-pack? Now, you might be somebody who's been thinking exactly the same thing, so stick around for this video, and I'm going to be talking about some of the most common myths, misconceptions, and some of the biggest tips that you can implement into your daily regime to help you get that six-pack faster. So usually, it's the same question. People will come up to me, they'll say, Bobby, really sorry to bother you, but just give me the number one exercise to get a six-pack, or just give me one exercise to help me get rid of the guts. The bad news is, there's no magic exercise that I can give you that's going to give you a six-pack. There's no magic exercise that anybody can give you that's going to give you a six-pack. Unfortunately, that's just a harsh reality. All right? As the old saying goes, abs aren't made in the gym, abs are made in the kitchen. All right? So you can literally do crunches day in, day out, 1,000 crunches a day. If your body fat percentage is too high, then you're not going to have a six-pack. Your abs are just not going to show up. The only way that you're going to lower your body fat percentage is if you're in a calorie deficit. So what does that mean? That means that you're burning more calories each day than you're consuming. And this needs to be on a consistent basis. It can't be that you're in a calorie deficit once or twice a week, and then the rest of the days in the week, you're eating too much food. Right? If you're going to burn fat, you've got to consistently be in a calorie deficit. This is the first thing. And once your body fat level comes down to a low enough percentage, then your abs are going to show. So I'm just going to quickly touch on what sort of body fat percentage levels you should be looking to achieve if you want your abs to show up or you want your six-pack to show up. These levels, of course, are just approximates. They're just averages because, of course, it does depend where you're storing the majority of your body fat. Okay? For a male, we should be looking at around 12, I would go even as low as 10% or below if you want your abs to show up, if you want your abs to be visible. For a female, we're looking more at the 20% range. So 22% or 20% range or below if you want your abs to show up. But again, these numbers are just averages. There are many different ways you can check your body fat. I would say if you're not too concerned about what your exact numbers are, don't worry about that too much. Of course, if your abs are showing up, if your abs are visible, then you know you're reaching those recommended numbers. So now that we know what sort of percentages we're aiming for in terms of our body fat percentage levels, let's just touch on some of the things that you can do to help reduce your body fat percentage. As I mentioned in my previous videos, just building a little bit more lean muscle tissue, well, that's going to help increase your daily metabolic rate because the more lean muscle tissue you've got, the more calories you're going to burn to sustain the muscle. Lowering your intake of processed and refined foods and alcohol, processed refined foods, these are empty calories, there's no nutritional value. So just cutting back on those, that's going to help reduce your daily calorie intake, as well reducing the amount of alcohol that you consume. You can also do some different forms of cardio, maybe 3 to 4 times a week. Add in some low intensity cardiovascular exercise to your exercise regime, whether it's jogging, swimming, cycling, rowing. All of these things can help you burn more body fat. Or you can even add some high intensity interval training, which is going to be more effective at building a little bit of lean muscle tissue, stimulating those fast twitch fibers, and again, just kicking up your metabolism a little bit. So you could do some high intensity interval training, maybe 3 days a week. Eating a nice protein rich diet, so making sure you get plenty of eggs, nuts, seeds, legumes, beans, chicken, fish, dairy. All of these things are going to help slow down your appetite a little bit. See, protein keeps you fuller for longer. So if you're eating foods rich in protein, it's going to make sure you don't overeat during meal times. So look, there's many things you can do to help your body burn fat better, more efficiently. The best thing we can do is just be consistent and eating less, moving more, and you'll have abs in no time. Hopefully you found this video helpful, you found it interesting. As I mentioned before, I'm going to be putting out 3 videos every single week at least. Make sure you give this a thumbs up if you did find it helpful, if you liked the video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And in the comment section below, just let me know what your biggest obstacles are when it comes to burning fat or losing weight. And if there's any concerns or any videos that you'd like me to make, just let me know in the comment section below and I'll do my best to put them together. Thanks again for watching, and of course, I will see you soon.